So I want you to think about there's two different people. They both have an ask. They want to ask for a favor. They want to get something done. Both good people, both have good intentions. One uses an additional word in the way he asks for something. He gets it done. The other one who doesn't get it done. Why? It's because of the power of words being used. I learned this as an amateur coming up, and I adjusted. And today, I'm going to share with you 10 words you need to add to your vocabulary that's going to get so many more things done, and more people are going to want to work with you. So before I get into the 10 to share with you, I want to remind you that there are two words more persuasive than anything else that's not on my 10 that I've had to teach over the years over and over and over again to my staff, to my customer service, to my sales leaders, to every single body. And it's please and thank you. But I'm not talking about those two today. But they must be part of your repertoire. It's so effective. You ask somebody a question, there's nothing more annoying than you ask somebody a question. That person takes time out of their time to respond to you, and there's no thank you at the end. It's as if they owe you something. They're not going to do it for you again. And when you send something that you want something from somebody, just add please to it. Very persuasive. But let's get right into it. Here's 10 of the ones I used. The other day we were sitting in a meeting, and I taught my guys an hour-and-a-half course on negotiation. My staff that I have here, my team that I have here. And as I was going through it, I said, here's a couple words that you need to add to your repertoire. One of them is request. Start asking people when you say, may I make a request? I have a request. Can I make a request? Sure. Everybody's okay with a request. Who's ever said no to a request? Have you ever said no to a request? I want to make a request. The other day after the call that we had, the meeting that we had, Adam was closing a big life settlement deal. And on the conference call that he had, he says, Pat, I just used the word. I said, can I make a request? They said, sure. He made the request, and here's what I'm asking for. They came back, they closed the deal. So add the word request to your repertoire. The next one is suggestion. Very similar to request, but you're making a suggestion. Request is something you're asking for that you want. Suggestion is, here's my suggestion. May I make a suggestion? May I make a suggestion on what we ought to consider in this situation? Yeah, sure. Here's my suggestion. Boom, boom, boom. Because a suggestion is not commitment. There's an out. I don't have to say yes to it. I can leave. It's a suggestion. Make sense? There's a big difference between a demand and a suggestion. Demand, there is no out. Suggestion, I have an out, right? Next one to add to your repertoire is, may I? You're sitting in a meeting, everybody's everybody's debating, going back and forth, and you just say, folks, may I say something? May I say something? Yes. Here's what I want to say. Boom, boom, boom. May I? You may be interviewing somebody and somebody keeps cutting you off or whatever happens. May I please? May I? Yes. Thank you. May I. So far we have three words. Request, we have suggestion, we have may I. Here's the next one. Let's process this together. So you're going through something and oh my gosh, I can't believe what happened right now. This person said this, that person said this. They're not holding their end of the bargain, and this negotiation, they said they're going to do for 9.5%. Now they want to only do for 7.5%. What the hell is this all about? John, can we process this together for a moment? Yes. Okay. So here's what you've asked us to do, X, Y, Z. Is that pretty accurate? Yes. Here's what we are asking for. These are our requests. Boom, boom, boom. Is that pretty fair? Yes. What is unreasonable right now that's holding us back from getting this thing done? Can we process this together? What is it? Well, it's not really this, it's really that. It's okay. And then you go and you're processing it together because they're willing to work with somebody that's willing to process it together. So now, request, suggestion, may I? Let's process this together. Here's the next one. Let me get back to you. What does let me get back to you mean? You sit down, you have a great thing that happens, suggestion, an idea, a proposal that comes to your table. Hey, here's what I think we need to be doing. Great. Can I get back to you? Sure. Let me get back to you. Give me a day. Let me simmer on this. Let me get back to you. Why? This isn't a tactic. The reason why I say let me get back to you, it's about actually go and do a pro and con and process it with. Now, some decisions you can just make, yeah, let's say we're on it, boom, boom, boom. But some of the ones, let me get back to you. This allows you to make better decisions. Can you wait 12 hours to make a better decision? Is there anything wrong with waiting 6 hours? Can you wait the weekend before you say yes or no? Great. Let me get back to you. And you go back and you think. Now, the other person may over the weekend send you an email and say, listen, I know you're thinking about it. I want you to know that we're willing to also do this. Great, no problem. But let me get back to you. Let me get back to you. Let me get back to you. It's a very, very effective way when you're communicating with folks out there. The next one, unpack. Hey, John, I know what you're saying to me. Can you unpack this for me? What do you mean? If you can please unpack your request for me. Yeah, so here's what I'm really meaning. What I mean is that. Oh, I got it. I didn't understand. So when you ask the other person to unpack, they all of a sudden go into explaining things where maybe you knew 6 of the things that they wanted from you, but the one thing you didn't understand, and now that you understand it, it makes the negotiation or the business dealing easier just because you asked the other person to unpack whatever they had in mind, right? So even if you talk to a customer that you're trying to sell a product to, one of the things that I like about this, I don't know if I fully trust doing business with you guys, because when I saw what happened last time 9 months ago when I was dealing with Bobby in that organization, I had a very hard time with this. John, I totally understand it. Do you mind unpacking for me what you mean when you say you have a hard time trusting because of what happened 9 months ago? Can you unpack that for me? Sure. Boom. They unpack it for you. Here's what I mean by it. He called me at 9 o'clock in the morning and they tell you their story. Then you realize if it's on you, if it's on one of your employees, or what they're saying is they just need somebody to complain to. But once they unpack it, you get more information. Next one is choose. John, we have 2 choices here. We have a choice to not do business together, or we have a choice to do business together. Is it fair to say that we both would like to do business together? Yes. Perfect. We have 2 choices. So now, can we set aside the one option, which is not doing business together, aside because it's no longer an option? Yes. Great. So if we want to make this thing work together, what are some things we need to do to make this partnership work, right? Choice, 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 choice. You always got to give choices to people. When it comes down to leadership, persuasion, sales, negotiation, as long as there's choices, more things get done. Not too many choices, but enough choices. I prefer 3. I think the magical number is always 3 choices that you have. Jack, we have 3 choices here that we're going through. And I want to leave it to you to make a decision what you want to do here. One is to go with our competitor, which you've told me that the things you like about our competitor are ... and the things you don't like about the competitor is ... Is that true? Yes. The other one is to do nothing, which means your current technology wouldn't be as good as you want it to be, especially going in the direction you're going right now to have an exit. Whoever's going to buy your company is probably going to want your technology to be as up to date. So the valuation of a company is probably not going to be as high as you want. Is that a fair assessment? Yes, it is. And then the next one is to see if we do decide to partner together and you allow us to create the CRM for you, this technology for you, we're able to do these things here that you like the current partner you're with, but the things you don't like about XYZ Corporation, these are the things that we can promise that we can deliver on. So is it fair to say that the middle choice is out? Yes, we have to do something. Fair. And is it fair to say that the things that you like with these guys, we can do here, and the things you don't like that they can't do for you, we can do here? How much do you value these things that they can't do that we can do? And then they tell you. It's great. So look, at this point of the game, I think the one thing we learned together, Mr. Jones, is that we had 3 options, now we have 2 options. It's either them or us. So what do we need to do to help you feel more confident about making a decision to do business with us? Then you see how this is, you just used 15 different phrases in here that I'm about to give you a couple of them right now myself. But the point I'm making to you is these are words to add to your repertoire. Let me continue with the next one here. The next one is partnership. Okay, partnership. I learned a long time myself when I was doing business. My business was built on a lot of one-night stands. And by the way, I've said this on conference calls many times. I've said this on many negotiations with $200 billion insurance companies, with $5 billion technology companies. I've said this with everybody. I said, my entire philosophy was based on one-night stands. And it was a bad philosophy. I'd go to business with somebody, boom, leave, never do anything with them again. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You walk away and nothing ever happens. What's the value in that? There's no partnership there, right? John, I just want you to know, in my late 20s, I learned the value of partnership. And the reason why we've been able to do what we've been able to do with the company in the last 5-10 years is because we have very strong partnership. We have vendors, but we have partnerships. Once somebody becomes a partner with us, it is just as important on me to help this partner win as it is on them to win. We want the partner to win because it's a partnership. And when the partner wants to see us also win, we have a beautiful situation going on here, and we can do business together for many, many years to come. So for me, I'm not looking into doing business with you for 1 year. I'm not looking into doing business with you for 2 years. I'm looking into creating a partnership that can last decades. Is that something that you value? Yes. See the word partnership. When you're having a conversation with them, partnership is something that you need to add to your repertoire. The next one is discover. Let's go through this discovery phase here, John. Let's discover what else we have going on that maybe we're not paying attention to. Is that okay with? Yeah. So when it comes down to this, is this more important to you than this? Well, no, this is more important to you. It depends, but this is a discover. So you're going through a discovery phase, right? Like in financial services, if I'm working at Morgan Stanley, Deanwood, or Transamerica, or a financial advisor, at PHP, I'm doing a needs analysis and I'm discovering what you have, okay? So for example, some of the questions a good advisor asks is, what is your risk tolerance, okay? What is your time horizon with this money that you have here? I notice you have $500,000 in a CD. What kind of return are you getting on the CD? 0.25%. Oh, really? Yes, because it's 2 years. Okay. What is your situation with this $200,000 or this $500,000? What do you want to do with that money? You trying to buy a business? No. Are you trying to use it for a down payment on a house? No. You trying to use it for kids' college education? No. So what's the purpose? I just want to make some decent return. Okay. If that's the case, if I can show you a way to make 5% on that or 4% on that with little to no risk, and you're making more than 0.25%, would that be something you'd be open to? Yes. So I'm doing discovery. Mary, what do you think about this? And Mary's sitting right here, right? I'm having this discovery By the way, when it comes down to any major, yesterday I'm having a conversation with one of my guys, Rodolfo, and his wife. They have $1 million they're sitting on the bank, okay? They have $1 million. They're in their mid-30s. They have $1 million. This doesn't include all the other stuff that they have. They have $1 million in cash. And we went through a lot of different conversations together with them. I asked them, tell me what major purchase you're going to make in the next 12 to 24 months. What are you going to be doing with this house? How big of a house you want to get next? What are the things you need to get? Oh, you're about to buy this? Anything going on with family? Anything going on with kids? Anything going on with this? I'm going through discovery. And the more discovery we have, you can make better suggestions to the individual you're communicating with. So far I've given you what? I've given you request. I've given you suggestion. I've given you may I? I've given you let's process this together. Can you give me which other ones, Kai? So that's let's process together.
Let me get back to you.
Let me get back to you. What else do we have? Unpack. Choose. Partnership. Discover. What number is that on?
That's the last point.
So we have one left. Yeah. I got 4 of them here. I'll pick one of them. Maybe I'll give you a couple bonuses. The next one I'll give you is, let's see which one I want to pick here. I like all of these here, man. We can go with explore, okay? Explore is similar to discover, but explore is a little bit different, right? Hey, let's explore this together. Are you open to it? Yes. Okay. So, John, so far from the conversation that we've had with your board and your team and your organization, your executive team, your husband, your wife, whoever, let's explore this. Is it fair to say that these 3 things are very important? Yes. It is fair to say that this bothers you a lot. Yes. Meaning you're not willing to compromise this. 0. Okay. And Mary, I think you would agree with that there's no way in the world Bob is going to compromise. Nah, he's not. I've been married to him for 22 years. Great. This is why we're exploring this together. Okay. Let's explore the opportunity of what if out of your $2 million that you had here, what if we took $400,000 of it and you thought about getting a commercial property? And now here's why, and you go, and what if, let's explore the opportunity. Now stay with me here for a moment. Just hear me out. Let's explore this together. And then you make your presentation, right? So remember this. I mean, I can give you 40 other words that I'm sharing this with you. I'm giving this to you because, by the way, for those of you guys that want to have this word, we're going to give them the PDF and a screenshot for you to be able to do more. Kai, let's make a screenshot for people to be able to put that on their phones, like what do you call it? A wallpaper to put on your phones and a PDF, and we'll text it over to you in a minute. But here's what I want you to be thinking about. You just watch this video. You'll learn. You wrote it down. Maybe you got the PDF. Maybe you got the wallpaper. I want you to right away text a few people and use one of those words. Right away. Because if you do it right away, it sticks. And by the way, if you use it 10 times, it eventually becomes part of your repertoire. And watch what happens with the relationships around you. Watch how many more things you're going to get done. Watch how many more people are going to want to do business with you. Watch how many more people are going to want to partner with you. Because your language changed. We used to have a girl in our office years ago, okay? And everybody would say, I don't know why I'm always doing her favors. It's because she knew what words to use. Words are like butter. You use them, people like it, they work with you. The same way a man knows how to talk dirty or persuade a woman is the same way a great leader, a great communicator knows how to persuade others they're doing business with, and everyone enjoys doing business together as long as you use the right words. So my challenge to you is use those words and add it to your repertoire. If you want to get the PDF, text words to 310-340-1132. Again, text the word, words, plural, words, to 310-340-1132. And if you're not in the States, go to the link below to get the article, to download the PDF. And we'll also put the phone wallpaper there as well for you to download and put it on your phone so it's in front of your phone. Every time you look at your phone, you see that so you can start using those words. And outside of that, there's another video I want you to watch. It's negative words, the power of negative words that can have bad effects on the way you get things done, psychologically, in every possible way. If you've not seen this video on the power of negative words, click over here to watch it. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.